Dear friends of Powershoots TV, Positive Energy in Europe. Today I'm in the European Commission and it's really my great pleasure and honor to welcome the Vice President Maros Sefcovic.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
So you just told me you're back from Rome, the big city, for the last week. There was the European Summit, and yes, what comes out of all this? There was the Rome Declaration adopted, and is there a changement now in Europe? Is there anything good for the citizens? How looks the future of Europe?
I'm very glad that also in Rome we saw that citizens' energy is very big. You had marches to support the Europe, you had also citizens who've been questioning something about the European Union, but I think it's right, because what we need is to debate Europe, to bring it back to the top headlines, and also use this opportunity to show how much we accomplished over the last 60 years. So therefore, I think also in Rome it was very good that we could pause for a moment, have a look back, and just simply realize that how difficult decisions been made by the founders of the European Union, people coming from the war fields, from the concentration camp, the countries which were fighting each other, and I'm sure still the people still having a lot of grudge against each other, but they decided that we cannot live like this anymore. We need to cooperate, we need to find the ways how we Europeans can build on the peace and prosperity for our citizens. And, and today, you know, 60 years later, many of the things we take for granted, and therefore I think to have that pause, to also remind the wide public what was accomplished over the last 60 years, I think was very, very important. And I think it was also very crucial to show that we are united in 27, and we are going to do better service for our citizens because we've been listening very carefully to what they are telling us.
Yes, that's what it's almost what I say also. My channel, I try to give over the message from politicians to the citizens, and that's great that I get this meeting. So your main issue is energy. You're responsible for the energy union. You just you realized the second energy union tour. There was already another one. Yeah. So what is it exactly, and where's the difference between the first and the second one?
Yeah, I think to describe it in the easiest term is that what I'm trying to do is modernizing and energizing Europe. Meaning that what we want to do is to make sure that our people, our citizens, our industry, we have enough energy. There will be no power cuts, no problems with energy supplies, that the energy would be cheaper, because we hear a lot of complaints from our citizens that they still pay very high price for energies, and of course that we'll be able to produce it and use it in a cleaner way, that we will be able to fight much better the air pollution problem we have in Europe, and at the same time that we would remain the leaders in the fight against global warming, because I really believe that this is one of the challenges of the mankind for this century. So when I started with my first Energy Union tour, I think it was very important just to explain what we want to achieve, what is the new concept, how we want to put together the issues of energy security, better use of internal energy market, include the transport in all these processes, and rely much more on energy efficiency for savings and for better prices for the citizens, for tackling energy poverty, and base it on the state of the art of European science and innovation. Because I think we should be not only strong in labs, but we should be also very strong in using these patents and innovation here in Europe and not in the United States or in China.
And I see also this tour goes to all the member states, around all the member states. Why?
It's a challenge, and I have to say that only when you really have to visit all the member states, you realize how big Europe actually is. So I mean, half of a week I am in Brussels, and half of the week I'm traveling, and I think it's very important to visit all EU member states, because all of them are important for us, and you have to talk not only to the governments, you have to get on board the parliamentarians, the stakeholders.
A good collaboration, yes.
Yeah, and I always try to stop at the universities, because I believe that Europe needs this energy from the young people. Therefore, I was so glad also in Rome to see really thousands of the young people mobilized, marching for Europe, and realizing that this is the century, that our forefathers bring the peace to us. I believe that our generation managed to reunite the Europe, because I spent all my youth behind the Iron Curtain in very, very divided Europe. And now for the first time Europe is united, and it's for the generation of young people of today to make sure that Europe will remain the best place in the world to live in.
Yeah, and these young people, you feel yourself, they are positive, they really believe in the future of Europe, they are...
I think they are positive, but at the same time they want to get a little bit beyond our usual rhetoric on peace. For us, of course, it was very important. For me, as I said, reunification was the crucial, because I still remember the Iron Curtain between us and Austria, even though it's just a few hundred meters from my hometown, but it was like unreachable land, because simply there was no way how you could cross the Danube and visit your neighbor. So this was my youth. This was how I was living as a student at the university. So if I compare it with my kids who really traveled the world and studied at different universities, it's a totally different situation. But the fact is that for them we need to offer something more to mobilize them, to motivate them. And I see that they've been, the confidence was a little bit shaken during the last economic crisis. Yeah. We still see a lot of young people unemployed. I was just in Spain a few days ago. It's very high unemployment rate. So we need to offer them new economic model, new narrative, to make sure that they also return to the pattern which we had in Europe since the Second World War. And I believe, thanks to the European Union, that the generation of the kids always had better prospects than the generation of the parents. And I think we need to bring it back. They are very talented. I believe that the best educated generation we ever had. They are very environmentally conscious. They are first digital natives. If I have a problem with anything digital, I just give it to my children, and in a few seconds it's done. And I know that I would probably spend half a day to fix my smartphone or to do something with the computer. So they have fantastic language skills, which was still very rare in my age. So I think that they are well prepared for this common living in Europe, and we just really need to create the good conditions for them so they can thrive, they can flourish, and they can make Europe even better place.
Great. Just last question, very short, because we run out of time. Private, I want to know, Maros, what is your challenge? You have still dreams. What do you want to achieve?
Yes, I am. I am a committed European from beautiful Slovakia, and the life is really passing very quickly, because we just celebrated this weekend 27th anniversary with my wife. So I have 3 kids, 2 of the daughters. They already completed their university studies. They are working. My son hopefully will study at the university next year. So of course you have dreams for your family, that everybody will be healthy and that everything go well with the family, with the kids. And of course, concerning Europe, I have a dream that very soon we will celebrate 70th and 80th anniversary of the Declaration of Rome, and that we will do it in such a confident mode, where we'll show that this is really the best way how the countries, different nations can cooperate together, and that Europe would really consolidate that position of being the best place on this planet to live in.
Wow. Thank you very much, Vice President, for your positive energy. Really, we need people like you. Thanks everybody outside for listening. Stay positive. There's a sunny day today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.